Divorce happens. In fact, it happens to almost 50% of first marriages. So let's talk about it. Welcome to Divorce Happens, a podcast to educate, inspire, support, and yes, make you laugh through divorce and beyond so that you can start fresh on the next phase of your journey. Remember, divorce happens, and then we start fresh.
You get divorced. You get divorced.
Getting divorced?
I'm getting a divorce.
You're getting a divorce.
Because she's getting a divorce.
So what if I get divorced?
Welcome to Divorce Happens, the show where we support you before, during, and after divorce with education, inspiration, and a little bit of laughter. Because as you know, divorce happens, and then you start fresh. I'm Olivia Howell, and today I'm coming to you with a quick solo episode, just you and me, to talk through something I know so many people face during a divorce. Let's get started. There's a moment in every marriage, this quiet, subtle, sometimes terrifying moment, when you realize that something has shifted inside of you. And it's rarely dramatic. It's rarely the moment of that big fight, or the slammed door, or the night you slept facing the opposite directions. It's usually something softer, something almost imperceptible. The kind of moment you can't quite articulate, but you feel down to your bones. For so many people considering divorce, this moment arrives quietly. You're washing dishes or buckling a kid into the car seat, listening to your partner talk without really hearing them. And something in your body says, I can't keep living like this. It's not a declaration, it's a whisper. And that whisper is usually the first sign, that very first sign, that you are reaching the edge of what you can emotionally hold. One of the earliest signs that you're considering divorce is noticing that you stopped fantasizing about solutions and started fantasizing about relief. Not necessarily divorce itself, just relief. I know I didn't even consider or think about divorce. I just knew something had to change. You want relief from that tension in your chest, relief from feeling overlooked, relief from being the emotional project manager of the entire household, relief from being the only one who notices that the way you're living doesn't support the person you're becoming. Another sign is the shift in your internal dialogue. Instead of saying, how do we fix this? You find yourself thinking, what would I be like on my own? Again, this doesn't mean you want a divorce. It simply means that your brain is trying to find pathways towards safety. It's exploring options because the current situation no longer feels sustainable. And for many people, the moment you know is the moment you start telling the truth, even if only to yourself. Maybe it's the first time you admit quietly, I'm unhappy. Maybe it's the first time you say, this is not working, even if you immediately follow it with, but I don't know what to do. That honesty is not a failure. It's a beginning. It's your inner wisdom clearing its throat, trying to get your attention. I want to normalize something too. You don't have to wait for a catastrophe to validate your feelings. You don't have to wait for a catastrophe to validate your feelings. You don't need an affair or a blow-up fight or a crisis to justify wanting more from your life. Most divorces don't start with fireworks. They start with disappointment that accumulates slowly, with needs that go unmet, with resentment that gets buried under chaos and chores, with inequality that becomes the wallpaper of your daily life. And you deserve to listen to that part of you that's finally asking for something different. If this resonates with you, I want you to take one thing away from today's episode. Awareness is not the end of your marriage. It's the beginning of your clarity. You don't have to make a decision today. You don't have to tell anyone. You don't even have to change anything yet. The first step is simply acknowledging the truth of your own experience, letting that whisper be heard. And if that's where you are right now, I'm really glad you're here. I promise whatever comes next, you do not have to navigate it alone. Thanks for spending these few minutes with me. Remember, you deserve support, you deserve clarity, and you deserve to rebuild a life that feels like yours. If you need more guidance, visit freshstartsregistry.com for free resources, vetted experts, and ways to feel less alone. As always, you can send me a DM at Olivia Howell on Instagram, and I will see you next time. Divorce Happens is produced by Fresh Starts Registry, the only divorce registry platform for everything you need to begin again, including home items, hype team, and everything in between. Remember, divorce happens, and then we start fresh. We're here to support you before, during, and after divorce. Head to freshstartsregistry.com for more info.